start the show.
Hi, Raya. Welcome to Yarn on the House.
Hello.
Thank you for being here with us today. Why don't you tell the viewers what you do and what you're all about?
All right. So my name is Raya, and I am the fiber artist behind Blissful Knits and Dye Works. I knit and I dye yarn, and I have started designing patterns, which is kind of the new exciting thing I love to do. I have my own website. It's just Blissful Knits, and I sell through Hyena Cart and Etsy.
Right.
And my Ravelry ID is Photourist, if anybody wants to friend me.
Mm-hmm.
I started out just doing custom knits for others, and then over time I got really excited about dyeing my own yarns because I wanted to be in the control of the process and
Right.
really being able to put the right colors together and the right color repeats for different designs so that there's no pooling and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I decided I was going to just write up all these patterns I have because I myself can't follow a pattern. I'm not a pattern follower.
No, you're not.
No. Like every pattern I ever download, I have to change everything about it.
So you're a pattern cheater.
Yes, I'm a cheater.
So since you're a designer and a yarn dyer, where do you get your inspiration from? And does like one art help the other, the creation of the other? Like does the designing come first or does the yarn come first?
I think just the idea comes first. So I guess the
Yeah.
design, yes.
Yeah.
I guess the design, because I have this vague idea of I want to do a dress.
Okay.
And then I start thinking, well, I start going through my yarn stash.
Yeah.
And nothing fits. I'm like, I hate it all. I have to dye something. And so and that's the recent design I'm working on. That's
Oh, a dress?
what I ended up doing. Yes.
Oh, very cute.
I had to dye yarn for it because I had nothing that worked. And I knew I wanted a dress.
Nice?
Yeah.
Us normal people who don't dye yarn don't get that chance.
Yeah. So it was nice, and it was great to be able to pick the colors and really control like what it would look like. So yeah.
Yeah, so you have tons of yarns and different colors and stuff. What's your favorite?
You know, I have this emerald green on a silk merino blend. It's a 50-50 blend, so it's really soft and silky and shiny, and I used to carry it in my purse so I could just touch it throughout the day.
That sounds like something knitters would do, yes. Only we can understand that when a woman says, are you carrying a skein in your purse?
Yeah. So, but now I have the dress done, so I carry the dress in my purse.
Yes.
So.
I'm excited to see that. When's that coming out?
So I'm almost ready for it to be tested. I was going to send it out yesterday for testers, and then I realized my math is all wrong. And so I'm sitting there with a notebook all day today, like baby in one hand and like with the pen doing all the math for all the sizes. So I'm hoping tonight to get the sizes done, and then the testers should take maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Cool. So in a few weeks, we should see a new pattern.
Yes. Yes.
Yay. So for budding new artists out there and designers or yarnies, what's the one piece of advice you have for them?
I would say just photography. Actually, like invest in a good camera and in a good, if you can, take a class or really learn how to take pictures. Because in this sort of online world, your photos is what does the talking for you.
Exactly. I agree. That's a really good piece of advice.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Do you have, outside of the dress coming out, do you have any other new designs or colorways that you're working on? Something that you can share with us?
Yeah. Well, I have another romper that somebody asked me to post a pattern for that I just knit it and it's been sitting, but I haven't written it up. So maybe I'll get around. It has a leaf lace along one side, and so the button is offset. Yeah.
Oh, you have to do that then.
One day. So many ideas.
Oh, it's always
time.
That way. Yeah, in time, yeah. So why do you knit? It's always such a tough question, right? It's so open.
Well, recently, like as of 3 years ago, I knit because I couldn't sew anymore. My husband said, "You cannot sew because because sewing, I have to be in my room with my sewing machine, and so with knitting, I can sit and talk to him."
Right.
And so for a while, he said he didn't have a wife. So now, I had to switch to knitting to make my husband happy. But
that's funny.
Yeah.
So you switched to knitting because you couldn't sew. Good.
And I did knit before, but it wasn't like obsessive knitting and